Okay, in this class you'll also have a project you'll have to do. So let's talk about the project a little bit. Now you must adhere to the guidelines in this project very strictly, or else you will receive a grade of 0 for this assessment. An assessment is just as a project or a test. If it's late, you'll receive a 0. We don't want that. Failure to adhere to any of the items in this document will result in a grade of 0. We don't want that. The project is divided into 3 major parts. You have the paper, you have a slide presentation, which is a PowerPoint, and a video presentation. Alright, now the project cannot be something in general, but must be tied to the operating system that you're dealing with, whether it's Unix or Windows or Cisco or what have you. Alright, now there are various topics. Generally guidelines would be look in the book for a topic. It must be related to what we're doing. Okay, so if we're talking about, Microsoft Windows Server and you did a topic on Linux, then that's not going to be appropriate. It's not going to be related. Or if you do something that's not really outside if you do something if you want to do a topic that's outside the bounds of the class, maybe in another class, even though it's in Windows Server, that's not necessarily going to work either. It has to be related to something in the class. All right. You need to provide both theory and application. The paper must be academically written in APA format. You can visit apa.org for that, or go back and refer to your English class, where you covered writing styles like APA and MLA. Alright, now, first part of the project, you got a project request. You're going to have to tell me what you want to do your project on, and that's usually due within the first week or so of class. Alright, you're going to send an email message to me, but first you're going to, let me back up, first thing you're going to do is post your request in the appropriate discussion forum by the required deadline. Failure to do so could result in a grade of 0 for the whole thing. We don't want that. Also, send an email message to me. Alright? If you do not post it or send an email message to me, you could receive a grade of 0. You will receive a grade of 0. Oh no. We don't want that. Alright? Your topic may or may not be approved. And I will generally provide guidance. Usually it's approved, but it may not be because it may be outside the bounds of the course, as I mentioned earlier. I must approve your topic. So here again, you're going to post your topic request in the discussion forum for the assignment or for the given class. Alright, let's take a look and see where that is. For instance, in this course right here, this is just an example course, may not be yours, but it's very similar. Under course content, assignments and test, you'll see where it says the project. By the way, this document I'm referring to is right here in the project specifics. So the project. Alright, let's look at the project request discussion area. If you click it, this is where you'll simply reply and say, Mr. Metters, I want to do my topic on XYZ. Alright, just new post right here. Then you're going to send an email message to me so that I know that you posted it. And you got to do it by the deadline. Now the calendar has the deadlines. So click on the calendar tab and you'll see those. I don't want to pull this up because even though this example is for fall of 2001, when you look at this down the road, it may be another term and year. Alright? And the calendar would be off a bit. So look at your given calendar in your class. So that's where you request it and I'll respond. As long as you request it by the due date, even if I say no, you got to do a different one, you've met that initial request due date. Once I approve the topic, and I check it pretty much daily or every other day, so I'm in there a lot, so that you don't have to worry about it waiting too long. Just send an email to me though, per this assignment, per this document right here. Now once I approve it, you go into the project outline and you post your project outline. Now this may take a time or two. I've noticed that sometimes it takes more than one revision for an outline to get approved. So you're going to work on your outline in a Word document, and I'd rather you not attach it here, rather you just copy paste it right in there. And this is a working area, so you'll get to see everybody else's project requests and outlines to kind of get an idea. So this is kind of a learning area, okay? You can see what project requests are there and what the outlines are looking like. It's like an outline in an English class, alright? So once I approve your outline or your project request, you work on your outline. Alright? Again, failure to do any of these, read this, will result in a grade of 0. If any portion is late, 0 for the whole project. We don't want that. Alright? Alright, so the project outline is based upon your topic. This whole project is one topic related to the operating system in question. Once I've approved the request, start your outline. I'm being redundant here. Then send an email message to me saying that you posted it over here. Okay. Now, like I said, it may or may not be approved. Sometimes up to 3 times I've had people go through it, the outline. They just don't. They need to get it right. Okay. Once I approve your outline, you can begin your paper. Yay! Now the paper is going to be Word document, title page, class number, your name. It's going to be an APA format. Use citations. That's references. It must be a minimum of 3 typewritten pages. Could be 5 or I don't want 20. 3 sources. One can be the book and then other websites. If you use Wikipedia, it's not a credible source, you'll get a grade of 0. Yikes. Material must be relevant to the class. Note, this is a big note, I use Turnitin.com. And if it's anything over higher than 25%, 0 for plagiarism. We don't want that. Alright, so let's go back over here and look at this. That's where your slide presentation goes. That's like your PowerPoint. First I'd work on request, outline, and then I work on the paper. Now this little icon here represents the fact that I use to Turnitin. So you'll submit it over here and you should be able to see your Turnitin score. If it's like 72%, yikes, that's above 25, you could get a 0, but you have the opportunity to go back and not do any copy-paste, write it in your own words, okay? You're going to upload your paper to Angel. Do not email it to me. If you do, you're going to get a grade of 0. We don't want that. Alright, so that's your paper. Remember that Turnitin score. Anything over 25%, 0. PowerPoint. It's going to be all related to your topic. Alright? You're going to need a title page, class numbers. This is a PowerPoint. Minimum of 5 slides. Don't make them too busy. Usually there's a 5 to 7 rule. Put 5 bullet points on a page and have any detail in your notes. The references, it can be the same one from the book. From your paper, I should say. Upload your PowerPoint to Angel. Where are you going to do that? Right over here. That's slide presentation. Alright. And then you don't follow the rules, 0. Anything's late, 0. We don't want those zeros, but you notice I'm very strict on what you got to do and when you got to do it. Alright, the last part is this virtual recorded presentation or this video. Much like what I'm doing now. Now you can use there's one called Screenomatic. And I'm using it right now to show you. You just start recording and it'll do it. So that's one you can use, or you can use Microsoft Producer, Camtasia, Screen Toaster I've seen, but I think they've taken the link down. Screen Toaster people, that is. So Screenomatic is one to try. There's the web. That's the web address, screen-o-matic. Or you can use another one. Alright. So let's back up. Whatever you use, you can use a trial copy of Camtasia. There's one for Microsoft Producer. There's Screenomatic I mentioned. Whatever you choose, you're going to upload it to YouTube. Now it needs to be about 3 to 5 minutes. Now here's what some people do. They put their PowerPoint up on the screen and record that. They just kind of present it. I don't have to see your face or a picture of you. You don't have to use a camera, but you do need a microphone. If you want to use a camera, that's cool too. 3 to 5 minutes. And let's put audio and motion picture, which is just you on the screen. Show it, not you, but showing your PowerPoint on the screen and then pressing space bar to go through the different slides. You can add any kind of fancy transitions you want. That's cool. Alright. Regardless of the software you use, it must be in Windows Media Player format. Otherwise, you can get a 0. Alright, upload your video to YouTube. Do not email it to me. Otherwise, you'll receive a 0. So what you got to do is, nothing's going to be emailed to me really in terms of the project content. You're going to email the fact that you posted your request. You're going to email that you posted it to me. You're going to email the fact that you posted your outline to me. But you're going to post them in Angel. But you're not going to send the project paper, you're not going to send the PowerPoint, and you're not going to send the video to me. Alright? Those are going to be done in Angel. Alright? Everything's done in Angel. The only 2 emails should be any questions that you have. That's one email. The other email is the request and the outline. That's just the fact that you've done them. Just a notification to me that you've done them. Alright, now on the video. 3 to 5 minutes. That's pretty reasonable. Read that right there. Don't want to get a 0. If it's not audible or clearly visible, 0. We don't want zeros, but I'm telling you what you need to do. If I can't view it, I can't grade it. If you email it, all these technical difficulties on your end, you can call me, but they're really on your end. So you're going to get them resolved. If I can't see it, it's going to be a problem. A 0. Okay. Now, let's recap this in Angel. That's where you put your request. I view it, I approve it or not. Once I approve it, that's where you put your outline. That usually goes, the outline, you and I go back and forth about, on the average, 3 to 4 times. That's okay. That's normal. Alright, then finally when you get it approved, then you can work on your paper. I'd say do your paper next, post it, upload it here. If you get a high Turnitin score, then you may want to do some revisions. Alright, and then you can submit it again. If you have any problems, let me know. Then you're going to do your PowerPoint presentation, which is a direct byproduct of doing this paper. Alright, then you're going to do your video presentation, which is kind of last. So you're going to upload it, and the video is kind of cool because you're going to get a link from YouTube, and then you're going to post that link right in here, the URL. Okay?